This game has virtual items that can be sold on the Steam market for cash money, so I spent over 100 hours playing it to see if it's actually worth it. Now I make CS2 content about skins and so on and so forth, so when I saw my Turkish friend Fark Prime talking about this game and its virtual items, I had to check it out. So I set myself a goal of playing the game for at least 100 hours to see how much money I could actually make. Now you must be wondering what the game actually is. Well, the game is called Taskbar Hero and you can find it on Steam for completely free. Taskbar Hero, or TBH for short, released the 27th of May this year, having massive hype backing the game, and because of this, the game quickly rose to having over 400,000 players active at all times. And this game is on the Steam market where you can sell virtual items for money. Yes, I know it's Steam money, but this can easily be converted to real money, but that's TOS, so I never said that. These set items being weapons or equipment which you can obtain by just playing the game, but to be able to sell these items there also needs to be an actual demand from other players, and I would say there is demand on the market. Buy orders on items confirm this. So how does this game actually work and why are people actually willing to spend money on virtual items? Well, the game is an idle game, which means it's a video game designed to progress with little to no active interaction from the player. They focus on the satisfying feeling of exponential growth, numbers getting bigger, and automated resource generation, which I'll say this game does fairly well. So I booted up the game and enjoyed it when I saw it filled so little on my monitor. I could move it anywhere on the screen and let it sit when I worked on new videos, was doing work, and even playing some Counter-Strike. And yeah, you can actually play Counter-Strike with it open because it doesn't take up much RAM and CPU usage. But firstly, you need to start with choosing a hero. Here I myself chose the Ranger without doing much research, but this was actually a fairly good idea for later in the game. The Ranger is an agile archer attacking from a long distance with a bow. You start in stage 1 with no items, doing 1 attack damage per shot and gaining 1 gold and XP per kill. So each level gives you 1 skill point, which you can use to level up different skills. And at random times in the game you will receive different chests. So there's the normal chest which you get from killing normal mobs, and then there's a blue chest which you get from killing the stage boss, and then there's a chest you get from killing the act boss. These can contain materials and armor, which are the exact same thing you can sell on the Steam market. You can use the portal to move to different stages, with each stage of course being more difficult, but also more lucrative, with enemies giving more gold and XP. With your gold you can go to the rune and upgrade different stats, everything from more attack damage, more experience, more gold, more chest, and so on. But you can also purchase extra hero slots, and this is something you should prioritize in the early game. When I acquired my second hero slot, I went for the priest to be a kind of tank to my ranger, so I moved her up front and my ranger in the back. Here you could also go for the knight to be more tanky instead, but after getting your second hero slot you should already be prioritizing getting your third hero slot, where I chose the knight. And I did this because the knight could be my tank, where my priest has different abilities to heal my tank and increase the damage of the ranger, so the ranger can stand in the back and live for as long as possible. After you've gotten these hero slots, I would say to prioritize gold and attack damage to finish stages faster, because finishing the stage gives you everything: XP, chests, gold, and then you can start going for chest upgrades where the real money is made. Now this is also around the time where I almost had a heart attack. You might be wondering why. Well, I opened my X and saw several posts saying that you can get a game ban on your Steam account, so I quickly closed the game and thought this was the end of my journey in the game. But after doing a bit of research I found out it was somewhat rare to get this ban, and you could just find a complaint or whatever and you would get the game ban lifted. So I thought fuck it, we ball, and booted up the game again. By the way, hit the like button if you're enjoying this, it would truly mean the world to me. But there was another problem with the game. The game developers temporarily disabled listing new items on the Steam market due to excessive bot generated spam traffic, and this meant the in-game trade ship menu was disabled for a long time, and the trade ship is basically a menu where you can transfer your items to your Steam account. Players could still buy on the Steam market, but they couldn't list any. So I wanted to wait for the trade ship to come up again before making this video, which it now has. But let's quickly talk about what I own from playing over 120 hours of this game. So I do have a bunch of different equipment and materials, with my best materials being legendary grades and my best equipment being immortal, but I also have a bunch of legendary grades and some equipped. So here's the big question: what are these things worth? Well, the highest value item I own from over 120 hours in the game is, drumroll please, 3 cents worth. And after Steam taxes, that is 1 cent. Alright, so I just want to show you this real quick. So if we go into my stash, I have these 2 legendary items. And mind you, I've played this game for 120 hours. Maybe even more now. Yeah, 134 hours. And I only got 2 legendary materials. I have like a lot of other equipment that's immortal and legendary, and some on my characters as I showed earlier. But I want to show you this on the Steam market. So let's look up this skull. So we have it right here, and like I literally only got 2 legendary materials in the entire time playing the game. But yeah, 3 cents, and you can see it was like at 20 cents when the market was closed, and even higher, like sold for like 5 euros, 15 euros sold. But yeah, now it's just at 3 cents. Still like a lot being sold in the time, so that is pretty good, I guess. But it's not enough to make the price go up. And you can see 200 listed for 3 cents and 5k listed for 4 cents, so it's probably not gonna go rise in price. Let's also check this mandrake root. Yeah, same story, 3 cents, and yeah, the same goes for this. So it's just fully cooked. Let's also, for fun, check this immortal sword, which requires level 30, which I think is one of the better items I have. So it's 3 cents again. I will say though, if you want to just come in here and pay to win, it's not an expensive game to pay to win in. But yeah, so this was an absolute waste of my time money wise. But I have seen some posts where people are actually making a bit of pocket change from this. But the game is definitely not profitable. The little electricity the game took probably cost more than if I ran this game for 1,000 hours. But it is really chill to play and doesn't take that much brain power. It's just kind of a little side quest you can fiddle with when you're bored on your PC and need something to do. But I wouldn't advise anyone to play this game to earn money. I'm sure the devs will keep working on the game since it's so popular, and maybe there's potential in the future, but I won't count on it. Are you gonna be trying this game? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, smash the subscribe button, and see ya.